you know, Philadelphia is the largest poor city in the nation, and we have a high rate of food insecurity and poverty here in Philadelphia. So for us, one of the major concerns was how our students would get access to healthy meals. And so immediately when it was announced that schools would be closed, we went into action and figured how we could provide meals for students to get them through. I mean, none of us had an idea that schools would be closed through the end of March, through the end of April, and now, you know, for the rest of the school year. So it started off very small. We identified a number of school sites that we would have meals to be picked up by individuals. And then as the COVID-19 situation became a much greater concern for the public in terms of closing more schools and having shelter in place in the city of Philadelphia, our work became even more significant. And we now have 49 school sites that offer grab and go meals. They are shelf ready meals that don't have to be refrigerated, but we also have some parts of those meals that are refrigerated. We have milk and frozen foods that can kind of carry families throughout or students throughout a given week. Each meal that's picked up has a breakfast and a lunch. So let's say, for instance, on Monday, if you pick up a meal, you have 3 breakfast and 3 lunch meals in that bag, and that will last the student until Thursday's pickup. And then when they pick up for Thursday, that should carry them over the weekend until the next Monday pickup. We felt that it was very important to do this because, as I mentioned, our students, a lot of them, when they come to school, that's where they get that breakfast and lunch that is so healthy and helpful to them. As of now, in mid-April, we have given upwards of 1 million meals out to students throughout the city of Philadelphia. Obviously we cannot provide meals for the entire family, but we want to make sure that any child who is a student in the school district of Philadelphia can get access to healthy meals while the schools are closed. And we will be doing so throughout the end of the scheduled school year in June.
Do you normally have summer school? Is there any plan to extend the meal distribution through the summer?
Well, in general, when even beyond this COVID-19 situation, there have been situations where meals provided to students through summer activities such as parks and recreation and things of that nature. So I imagine that we will begin conversation, and we already haven't done so actually, with the city and other agencies to make sure that children can get access to meals just as they would in a normal summer year. Can imagine if the child goes to school hungry, he or she is not really able to focus properly on what they're learning. If a child is worried about getting access to food, are they really paying attention to what they're supposed to be learning in school anyway? So as with any person, whether they are food insecure or not, that's one less thing to worry about. And so you're able to, be healthy and well physically and emotionally if you have access to good food, good, healthy food. And so making sure that our children have food while they're out of the school building is essential to keeping them able to, worry about one less thing. Our distance learning program goes into full effect on Monday, April the 20th. The district has been working overtime to make sure that we can get Chromebooks to those students who did not have devices at home to participate in such a learning endeavor. And we've also been working with Comcast to make sure that their Internet Essentials program is accessible to those who need to get access to internet so that they can participate in the distance learning program that we have. At the end of March, we were given approval by the school board to purchase 40,000 Chromebooks. And so we have done that. And as of mid-April, we have given out the Chromebooks to students in the district so that April 20th, when that day hits, the students can participate in their distance learning program. There'll be 2 weeks of enrichment and review just to kind of get everybody back, hopefully on the same page and go over some of the things that they were addressing before schools were closed in mid-March. And then beginning May 4th, we'll have new material that the students will learn and be graded on. Attendance will be taken, and it will be, in essence, a regular or as normal school year as can possibly be given the circumstances. And we are scheduled to go through the rest of the school year, which was scheduled to end June 12th. Everyone in the district is working very hard. All of us are now working from home, and the academic team and the student supports team have worked again, I mentioned overtime to make sure that they can come up with a way to make sure our students get the education they deserve. Our food services team, as I mentioned, have been coming out, from home to go to schools and be on the front line, so to speak, to make sure that we can give people the food that they need and deserve. And so, if anything, this shows that, in hard times, times of crisis, people really do put everything else, out of the way and get down to working, which is what we all have done.